So I'm one of the biggest Ilia Topuria fans out there, and I want Ilia Topuria to win because he's like the main character in the UFC. And imagine if he knocks out Islam Makhachev, that would actually be a great moment in human history. But I'm worried for Ilia Topuria against Charles Oliveira. And there are MMA YouTubers who are very, very confident in Ilia Topuria being Charles Oliveira. And trust me, I'm one of the people who want to see Ilia Topuria beat Charles Oliveira the most in the world, but I don't know, man. This ain't peaches and creamville. I just think stylistically this is Oliveira's an ultimate matchup for Ilia Topuria, and I think Oliveira is a much tougher fight for Ilia than Makhachev is for Ilia. So let's get into the reasons. First of all, the kicks. Ilia Topuria has had a struggle with leg kicks in his career. Against Volkanovski, he was not able to check any of those leg kicks. And I feel Charles Oliveira will definitely implement in his game plan leg kicks. I think that's what he's going to try and do, hurt Ilia's legs and make sure he can't be able to walk. Charles is much bigger, much more powerful, and can throw out his leg kicks from a much further range than Alexander Volkanovski can. Also, Oliveira's teeps. Oliveira has very good front teeps and will be able to use those teeps to keep Ilia Topuria out of his range. Also, the clinch and the clinch knees. Charles Oliveira is very good in the clinch. He beats Justin Poirier just through the clinch alone. And one of Oliveira's game plans, which he can do, is he can clinch up Ilia Topuria against the fence and knee him and throw knees. He could maybe even do the game plan which he did against Dustin Poirier, where he's basically pressure him in the clinch and knee him. And also head kicks. Volkanovski was able to land head kicks against Ilia Topuria, and I feel like Oliveira can use head kicks to also keep range against Ilia, throw out a head kick and stop Ilia's plans of going inside the boxing range. Then the hands. Oliveira has very nasty hands. First of all, he has lots of power. Knocked out Chandler. Gaethje said he hit like a battery. Also, KO'd Beneil Dariush. And Charles Oliveira, you can just see through his shots. The guys just get shocked when they get hit by one of those shots. Charles also has a very nice counter uppercut, which if Ilia throws, Charles can lean back and counter with the uppercut, which he is actually good at doing. And then also, Charles Oliveira has a very good tight guard. I know he gets hit a lot and sometimes he leaves his chin open to get hit. But when Charles Oliveira isn't in the fire, he has a very good tight guard. And Ilia Topuria, what he like to do, throw hooks and overhands. Charles Oliveira has a very good guard for blocking overhands, for example. But I don't know. So I think Ilia Topuria will have to aim more for body shots in this fight, which could be harder to get. One advantage which Ilia does have is Charles Oliveira's chin is not very good. Then the size. I think Charles Oliveira is going to make Ilia Topuria look small. Charles Oliveira is a pretty big 155er, and Ilia is going to be a small 155er. And also, Charles is going to be much taller as well. Not just frame-wise, but also he's going to be much taller. I think this will be the most difficult, the furthest range Ilia Topuria is going to have to close in order to hit Charles. And Charles Oliveira, especially against Michael Chandler, did a very good job of keeping Chandler at range. I think he's going to have the same approach which he had against Michael Chandler towards Ilia Topuria. Topuria's power might not be able to translate to 155. Ilia Topuria has great power, but his power is going to be less powerful than 145. And he's not just going to be able to hit people and then just die. Everyone says light man skill, but no one says heavier man chin. So finally, mentality. I think Charles Oliveira has one of the best mentalities in the fight, even though 145 people have criticized Charles Oliveira's mentality. But Charles Oliveira is one of the few fighters who gets hurt, gets cracked, recovers, gets back up, and is willing to leave his chin up in the air and risk it all to land a big shot. For example, against Justin Gaethje, he got dropped twice, and then was not scared, or was not did not feel sad. What's the word, man? Twice against Gaethje, and was not scared to exchange with Gaethje, even though he got dropped. He got dropped twice, and then eventually knocked him down, and eventually got the submission. Charles Oliveira has that mentality where he gets cracked, he's still going to be putting on the same pressure he did before he got cracked. So yeah, it's your boy, Sasper May. And do you think I'm cooking with this prediction?